It's not refined. It's not polite. It doesn't care about comfort, luxury, or even safety. This is the Shelby Cobra 427, an untamed beast, born from a crazy idea and forged in pure adrenaline. With a 7-liter V8 crammed into a featherweight British body, it was barely legal, barely controllable, and completely unforgettable. It ate Ferraris for breakfast. It broke records, and it scared even the pros behind the wheel. But where did it come from? How did a retired chicken farmer from Texas build a car that changed racing history forever? Let's dive into the legend. Carroll Shelby wasn't born into racing royalty. He was a Texas chicken farmer with a passion for speed and a relentless drive to win. In the 1950s, he made a name for himself on the track. Gritty, fearless, and fast. But his career was cut short. A heart condition forced him to hang up his racing gloves. For most, that would have been the end. For Shelby, it was just the beginning. He had a new vision. Build a car that could beat Europe at its own game. Light, agile like the best British roadsters, but with the brute force of American muscle under the hood. He found the perfect base in the AC Ace, a nimble British two-seater. But it needed more power, way more. So Shelby picked up the phone and called Ford. They had just developed a new small block V8, and Shelby pitched them his wild idea. Given the engine, and he'd build a Ferrari killer. Ford said yes. Next, he convinced AC Cars to ship him rolling chassis without engines. Somehow, with nothing but determination and charm, he brought two different worlds together. The result? A partnership that would birth one of the most iconic sports cars ever made. The first Cobras were fast, no question. With Ford's small block V8 under the hood, they shocked the racing world. But when it came to going head-to-head with Ferrari's finest on the biggest stages, it still wasn't quite enough. Shelby knew he needed more firepower, a lot more. So he turned to Ford again, this time for their biggest weapon, the 427 cubic inch V8, a monstrous 7-liter engine pulled straight from NASCAR. It was violent, loud, and incredibly powerful, producing well over 450 horsepower. But there was a problem. The original Cobra chassis wasn't built for this kind of fury. Drop that much power into a lightweight frame, and things break fast. So Shelby's team went back to the drawing board. They reinforced the chassis, widened the body, reworked the suspension, and gave it Meteor tires. What came out the other end wasn't just an upgrade. It was a whole new beast. The Cobra 427 wasn't just fast, it was terrifying. A car that demanded respect every time you touched the throttle. It wasn't made for everyone. It was made to win. Now let's talk numbers, because this car didn't just look mean, it was mean. Under the hood sat the legendary Ford 427 big block V8, pushing out anywhere from 425 to 485 horsepower, depending on who you ask and how brave you were. All that muscle was dropped into a car that weighed just around 2,300 pounds. That's lighter than most modern hatchbacks. The result? A 0 to 60 time of just over 4 seconds. In the 1960s, that was insane, a figure that wouldn't be matched by most supercars until decades later. The Cobra's power-to-weight ratio was off the charts. It didn't just accelerate, it exploded forward. There are no computers, no traction control, no safety nets, just raw V8 fury and a twitchy throttle. Sound of engine roaring, tires screeching as it launches. One press of the gas pedal, and it let you know this car was not messing around. Carroll Shelby didn't build the Cobra just to cruise the streets. He built it to conquer racetracks, and his sights were locked on one target, Ferrari. Shelby's team entered the FIA GT Championship, taking on Europe's best. At first, they were the underdogs, loud, rough, American outsiders in a world dominated by precision-engineered Italian machines. But the Cobra had something those cars didn't: raw power, a relentless team, and Shelby's obsession with victory. Race after race, the Cobra started beating Ferraris. On the straights, it was untouchable. In the corners, it held its own. Ferrari couldn't believe what was happening, and neither could the rest of the racing world. Then, in 1965, history was made. Shelby American won the FIA GT Manufacturers Championship, becoming the first and only American team to do it. They didn't just compete, they dethroned the king. It wasn't just a win for Shelby. It was a seismic moment for American motorsport. Proof that passion, grit, and horsepower could take on the legends of Europe and win. The Shelby Cobra 427 didn't just make its mark on the track. It became a cultural icon. You've seen it everywhere. In movies, on posters, featured in video games. Always painted in bold stripes. Always standing still like it's about to leap forward. It captured the imagination of gearheads around the world. Why? Because it stood for something lost in today's world of traction control and driving modes. The Cobra was pure. No computers, no compromises, just a steering wheel, a throttle, and a whole lot of courage. It was the ultimate driver's car, and that mystique never faded. Today, it's so legendary that it spawned an entire industry of replicas and kit cars. You can buy something that looks like a Cobra, but only a few lucky collectors own the real thing. And if you want one, better bring your wallet. Original 427 Cobras now fetch millions at auction. They're more than cars, they're history on wheels. So, what made the Shelby Cobra 427 truly legendary? It's simple. Gearheads still dream of driving one because it represents everything we crave in a car. Raw power, unfiltered experience, and a connection between man and machine that no modern supercar can replicate. The Cobra was uncompromising. No driver aids, no comfort features, just the thrill of the open road. Every turn, every acceleration was a reminder that this was a car made for drivers, not passengers. It's pure, unrefined, and still speaks to the soul of every car enthusiast. Carroll Shelby himself played a crucial role in shaping American performance culture. He didn't just build cars, he showed the world that America could compete with and even beat the best in Europe. He became a symbol of innovation, determination, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. And the Cobra 427? It was the turning point in car history. It was a new breed of performance, a perfect blend of American muscle and British finesse. It wasn't just a sports car, it was a statement that power, style, and engineering could come together to create something unforgettable. The Shelby Cobra 427 didn't just change the game, it rewrote the rules. And that's why, even decades later, it's still considered one of the greatest cars ever made. The Shelby Cobra 427 didn't just chase legends, it became one. If you enjoyed the story of this iconic beast, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We got plenty more legendary car stories coming your way. Next up, we dive into another V12 masterpiece, a car that shook the supercar world to its core. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next ride.